Right, the micro-SME. It's the small and medium-sized enterprise below 10 people. That's broadly speaking a definition that works pretty much everywhere. And it's the powerhouse of innovation, the powerhouse of job creation. And often its business model is to create new innovative products, birth them, prove them, and then to sell out to large organizations. So in a way, the exit plan is to get rich, is to get rewarded for your risk and endeavor. At the other end, of course, for large organizations, it's pretty much the outsource of innovation in their firms, albeit they put a lot of effort into it themselves. So it's incredibly important. In the UK, there are 4.6 million SMEs, and within the next 5 or 6 years, that's moving to almost 6 million. High growth, massive growth, something in the region of 300,000 unemployed people being taken up in SMEs, micro-SMEs every year. So it's incredibly important for our economies and incredibly important for employment and innovation and change in our society. The forecast in the UK is that 20% of adults will start their own business in the next 3 years, many of which will do that whilst being employed by their own employer, so balancing a mix of entrepreneurship and employment. Quite a difficult act to pass off. A lot of this information is available in the Global Insight papers in Content and Connect. The GI paper on jobs, for example, and work and workers cover these sorts of issues and trends. With that sort of innovation going on, the chances are that we will end up with a society where those 6 million entrepreneurial companies are driving the innovation, particularly in our service industries. So the UK will have to rely on these people as opposed to traditional large corporates for uptake of jobs. The SME community and the micro-SME in particular was responsible for 85% of all new jobs in the European Union from 2002 to 2010, and 54% of those were in those micro-SMEs. So it's a huge growth engine for the economy. In the United States, about 24 million firms are defined as micro-SMEs, 30-odd% of all businesses in the States. So they are the absolute powerhouse of how we'll innovate, but probably more to the point, they're the powerhouse where we get the productivity levels at the right state where we can compete with low-cost markets that are emerging right now. Now, we know their costs are increasing, but the micro-SME, the hours people work when they're starting up companies, the commitment they make, the risks they take, massively outweigh the traditional employment transaction, and therefore the productivity levels are extraordinarily high. So looking to the future, we can see that the economies are reliant on micro-SMEs. And I would encourage you to look at our startup section of the Content and Connect system to see what more we have to say on that subject.